I've started this hike and talk, having the opportunity to think out loud, because honestly, I talk to myself a lot anyway, so I might as well record it, edit it, and maybe have something to say. So I've just finished reading this book called The Four Winds by Kristin Hannah, and it's a novel that chronicles the lives of a family in West Texas moving to California during 1930s, when the middle of the United States became inhabitable. Valen reminded me that, hello, did you read The Grapes of Wrath? I did, but it was so incredibly dry and boring and I read it in high school, so I don't think that counts. This book struck a chord with me of ecological disaster is huge, and the migrant issue that we are going to encounter due to climate change is significant. And then how the Californians treated people from the middle of the United States, and it wasn't just them, it was also East Coasters, anyone that didn't have much hope. They came to California in that hope. They referred to them as Okies. It was easy to read a book and say, oh, I would never do that. I would never pass by somebody that was starving to death or treat them with ill will. But we do it. I do it all the time. I think it was last summer. No, it was 2 summers ago. I don't remember. Welcome to my life. There was these men down, about 8 of them, coming down to the lot by the lake to go swimming. And they clearly didn't speak any English. They were from Honduras, I found out. My neighbor was in a roar about it. And I said to the men, you're welcome to go swimming. It turned out they had been roofing, and it was 100 degrees out, and they were hot, and they wanted to enjoy the lake, and they saw a place to go into the lake. And so I said, you can be my guests, this is private property, etc. And I went over to my neighbor and said, they're my guests, if anything happens, I'll be responsible for it. And it was interesting, his response. Basically, I moved here to not have that kind of people here. I moved here, we're going to have crime. What if they come back and rob everyone? And I thought, at the time I was like, I felt that God was calling me to let them go to the lake. And now that I look back at it, our stereotypes of people are strong. Our desire to villainize or scapegoat people, it's strong. And I can't help but think that's not what Jesus wanted us to do. Yeah. So, my heart, this book has actually really connected my heart with having empathy for people and their story. And I can't help but think of the homeless right now, as it's clearly freezing out, and I don't know how people can be homeless. It's just been an interesting week, reading and seeing a little bit different point of view. The other book I'm reading that was recommended by John Mark Comer is The Unwinding, and it's an American history. I have to say, there's another situation where I think, oh my goodness, what have we done? Our capitalistic system is so flawed. And I know it's not the system per se, it's the people that are in the system. And gosh, so much to say on that. I'm not an economist, and I don't understand hugely complex systems, but I do know greed when I see it. And our banking and our finance systems are fraught with corruptness and, dare I say, evil. Marxism said that religion was the opium of the masses, but I wonder if technology isn't the opium of the masses, keeping people distracted so they don't think. So we don't take a look at Wall Street, we don't take a look at our banking system, we don't take a look at bigger systems that are full of corruption, full of greed. And I'll be the first to call a hypocrite that I benefit off of these systems. These are not new thoughts for me. I've been feeling these things since I was in my 20s, that something is not quite right in the heart of America.